Don't you hate it when you're biking super fast and you have to stop at a stop sign or a red light? All that energy you use to get up to that speed only to be wasted because you have to stop. Dang it. Well, I hate that too. That's why we created the
Flywheel bicycle. You use the mid-frame mounted flywheel attached to a chain on the gear of the back wheel.
The flywheel mechanism works through an engaging lever on the handlebar, which connects the flywheel through a chain linkage to a gear on the back wheel, at which point the flywheel begins to speed up at the expense of the speed of the back wheel, thus slowing the bike down. To accelerate, the flywheel, and at this point it's already spinning, is connected to the back wheel, which is stationary, at which point the back wheel begins to speed up at the expense of the speed of the flywheel, thus propelling the bicycle forward.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hey, can I ask a question about biking?
Sure. Do you enjoy biking?
Yeah. You got my bicycle reason. I bike for commute. Living in the city, everybody's on green nowadays.
So, when you bike, do you find yourself stopping and starting a lot?
Yes. Red lights all over the city.
Where do you find yourself usually biking, or in what circumstances?
Most of the time I bike on trails, so up and down hills, around bends, by rivers, stuff like that.
Do you find yourself stopping and starting a lot?
No, once I get started I try not to stop.
I see.
The energy required to stop the bike traveling at 10 meters per second is this number, 4350 joules, by simply using the principle of work and energy. And this number seems like a huge number, and we cannot just waste this energy.
The energy used to slow down the bicycle is saved, 4350 joules, in the flywheel, and not forgetting to include air resistance and the frictional force of the wheel on the pavement. The bike traveling at 10 meters per second could travel an additional 90 meters without extra pedaling power.
To illustrate our concept, we calculate the angular velocity of the flywheel, which is this number, by simply using the conservation of energy. And the left side is basically for the initial kinetic energy of the wheel, and the right side is for the final kinetic energy of the flywheel.
Mr. Aaron Fu of Parks College of Engineering giving some advice on modification of an existing bike with a flywheel for minimizing energy loss due to braking.
I think the alignment on the axis has to be almost close to perfect to be able to get the chain and the engagement cable working well. So that's one difficulty that I can see. Not to mention, if you were to do this yourself, you have to have some sort of a mount to have it attached to the bike, and normally it'll be welding, and it'll have to be pretty precise. Second thing is the transmission gears. If you only have a plain flywheel with just one direct gear connecting to the back wheels, I'm not sure how well it's going to work as far as the ratios. If you don't have the gear ratios, it's going to be a lot of energy wasted by just directly transferring the energy from the back wheels to the flywheel.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome.